I've started figuring out or seeing that politics play out in terms of song ownership and stuff like that as I was getting older, growing up, and just hearing the stories. I always heard the stories around me, but until I started stepping into that role for my family, I've become someone who learnt songs and got given songs, and then was able to eventually have a dream and then put that dream, write it down and turn it into a song and be able to teach it to other people from our mob. Yeah, watching, just learning on the job, learning on the job. And my cousin said to me years ago, he said, "You sure you want to be a songman?" He goes, "Once you're in, you can't get out of it." And I'm like, "Oh, right, yeah." I never quite knew what he meant until I was in the mix of it all, And so one part of clancestry is yawar, which is the closing ceremony, which is my little section. And yawar in Butchulla is, which is Gubby, they say Gubby is our mother tongue. So in Butchulla / Gubby yawar is song and dance, like the performance of song and dance. Not just performance, but when people get together in a specific way, which is, it takes it from just a performance to it becomes something a bit special. It takes it to something else. One thing I said the second year was, want to make it so massive, so big, the sound so big that it competes for the young people. It competes with Facebook, it competes with Instagram, it competes with a club, it compete with alcohol and drugs, so that when they see their old people, uncles and aunties there dancing that first year, under the big lights, big sound system, they can feel that drum just taking over their rhythm, their body. They can hear that didge play or that uncle or auntie singing at full volume, in a packed auditorium. The next year, it inspires them. They go, "Oh, well, next year I'm not going to be sitting here. I'm going to be dancing with Uncle or Auntie." Really giving those song women and song men in those communities, the people in those communities that are taking their time out to come 30, 40 at a time and dance for their mob and with their mob or with other mobs that they have an affiliation with. Come out and to do that, and so to give them I suppose I feel like the dignity of being able to say, "Hey, I'm a superstar for a day. I'm here. Look at me now. I'm on a big stage. You'll look at us. You might not see us. You might see us, every couple of weeks doing gigs or whatever, or out in a funeral dancing or singing or whatever, but then when they come and they're on that big stage and you see all the kids in the audience going, and every year without a doubt, each dance group doubles, triples in size, get out there and put in the effort to learn about it. You're not just black on that day, you're not just black on that week, you're black every day. So it's like, what can you learn, whether it's song, dance, old stories, listen to old people, anything. Just, keep it alive. That's how you keep the culture alive, I think. Today I've got 12 nominations to my name. I've won a Queensland Music Award. I've been up for Song of the Year at National Indigenous Music Awards against Uncle Archie Roach, Dr. G, Jessica Mowboy, people like that. But it all started, in a community festival, in a festival based in the community out in Inala called Styling Up. So when clancestry came on the scene in 2013, people who were building their skills over that 12 years of Styling Up were then able to find a place again in certain aspects, whether it was music or the performing arts or arts and crafts or stall holders, traditional dance mob, cultural dance mob, contemporary dance mob were able to find a place again that step beyond NAIDOC. You have NAIDOC week, and that's the one week where you'll see blackfellas out real proud and hey. And then apart from that, it's funerals or things like that that we mainly get together. So to have another gathering where we can all come together and celebrate our blackness in a way is something that I think is very special for our community and does say a lot about, Brisbane and the Brisbane blacks and all the mobs involved from all the different, hundreds of different clan groups that live here and in the outer suburbs in South East Queensland. Yeah. Now I work a lot with traditional dance groups, cultural dance groups, particularly with Prac and this mapping project, cultural mapping project. But the difficulties of that to slowly go from, just being a young fella that everybody knows growing up and dancing here and there and doing the thing and, doing bits and pieces, workshops and dance workshops or whatever. But a lot of people knew my older brothers for the traditional dance stuff, the cultural dance. Wayne and Jason, Sandy, they're Yugambeh mob, we've got the same mother, different father. But Munujali Yugambeh. So to be able to grow up seeing that and having them as being my role models to show me, how you can navigate and take back what was taken away from us and put it into a form and into something that that when you sit down in certain places and you sing a particular song or you use your language on your own country, you can feel it, you can see it, the wind kicks up, things happen, and a lot of blackfellas, I suppose, who are involved with singing, like particularly Song Women and Song Men, or just knowing those old songs, have that feeling of connection and that interconnectedness throughout the generations, even where it was, taken and maybe it only was spoken on a mission when your grandparents went fishing with their children or your parents or whatever. But that knowing that we're doing something to play our part and not letting that die, I don't think I would have been able to do without hip hop, actually, to be able to, first of all, get the guts to stand up and voice my opinion and make my voice be heard. And I went from walking like this to walking with my head up. So I think it's one avenue that young people in particular, if they can grasp it and hold on to it, it's a great thing in terms of just keeping you sane as a black man or black woman in 2018, knowing, I'll say sometimes every now and again, if you don't know where you come from, you can't know where you're going. So just to rehash a little bit, so with QPAC, I'm talking about the Queensland Performing Arts Centre. So they're the governing body, the peak body for performing arts in Queensland. So they oversee clancestry. Having this great big organisation like QPAC behind it really helps for it to make it that shining glossy apple that young people go, hey, well, I don't really talk to my uncle much about them songs that he's singing, but gee, they look deadly down there. Yeah, well, where did I get that? Reach for it and grab that knowledge. So, really thankful that they've come on board to be able to bring this to the wider community and to give the wider community a greater understanding of who we are as contemporary Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people.